Oh, we got a fun one this morning. Good morning, happy Thursday. We got games, we got injuries, we got guests. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's up, party people? Welcome back. After a day off, I would like to say I feel fresh. I don't, but excited to be back. The dog's excited too. Yeah, thrilled. Who do we got in the streets this morning? We got Sneeps is here, Jump Shooty, Matic Auto, Stubbs, Common Man's here. We got DJ Local in the house. Homies is here. Sandra, good morning. Mike, hello. Good morning stateside, but good afternoon to Europe. The doctor's here. Brent's here. T-Man in the house. We the people. Joe Connors, thanks for being here. Smash the sub, like the stream, touch all of the links. We get some fun stuff today. So there was a lot of NBA action last night. I can pretty much kiss goodbye all of my underdog semifinal lineups. It's a tough scene. Injuries are gross. It's not great, Bob. Not great. But yeah, so we had a couple of injuries last night. We'll go over the basketball stuff. And then the second half of the show, our friends Eric from Wyford, they just rebranded. What do they call a weekly walk-off? They're starting a new baseball show. So I think we're gonna have him. We're gonna have Nate. We might even get a G Dunn appearance as well. It's early for those West Coast bros, but they're going to be joining them in about a half hour. We'll talk a little bit about what they're cooking up, getting ready for baseball, all that shit. I see Billy Jackson and Snoopaloopa here. Good morning, investors, which is a great pivot. Thank you to both of you guys for getting involved. What do we got? Let's take a look at our team hold. The link is in the show notes, but I'll put it into the chat right now if you guys want to look along with us. We officially hit 50% yesterday, which is pretty exciting. We're trucking along, boys and lads and girls, and however you identify, we are trucking along. So we've got 12 days left. We're up to 13,775, which means 50% of our goal has been raised. We're up to 41 investors, which is very exciting. So check that out if you haven't done it yet. Go check it out. And if this is the first you're hearing about it, we've done a lot of publications publicizing it. We did a couple of streams last week on it. I wrote a blog up. You can check it out on our Substack, which you can find the link to that in the show notes as well. But basically, instead of doing a Patreon, baby, where you pay $5 to $10 a month so you get a free video or something, and a t-shirt and a high five and a hug. This is similar, except it's a one-time investment, and you get an opportunity to make a little cheddar on the back end if we pop off. So 13.5% of all of Team Hold's revenue from here on out is going back to the investors. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Really excited and overwhelmed by the support that we've been getting so far. It's been pretty dope. And whether you invest or not, I still appreciate each and every one of you with the same amount of love and affection as I did prior, but we'll do a refresh. Okay. Still 50%. Some other exciting news. People have been saying, Zakarian, what are you doing for March Madness, bro? What are you doing for March Madness? Well, I got some alpha for you. First and foremost, we'll be doing a little playback. I know our man Borland broke his hosting cherry with Weisberg this week for the Minnesota Philly game on Tuesday. I think we're going to have to I think we're gonna have to do. I think we're gonna have some daytime hoops next week for the tournament. Also, wait, do we get a high five? Yeah, you'll get a high five and a hug. We'll come across the ocean. But also, we are DraftKings. Shout out DK, the DK Lounge. Shout out DraftKings. They are helping us put together a little bracket for us. And not only that, they are we get a winner take all situation. $1,000, $1,000 for first place over there with DraftKings. So it's 1,000 DK dollars, which is still a 1-to-1. But you got to it's just like in the DraftKings platform. So they're not like cutting you a check for $1,000, but you will have $1,000 in your DraftKings account. So that's pretty exciting. We'll also we're going to supply some prizes for second to fifth. We had the option of like breaking it down. I like $1,000 for first. I think it's pretty sexy. And then we'll throw in some So Rare, some Top Shot, maybe some merch and stuff like that into the other prizes. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. So stay tuned for that. We should have that. We'll have a link come out so you can join our private contest. Make sure I don't miss this, Mike. Yeah, we'll have that. We'll have that live probably in the next day or two. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, baby. Shout out DraftKings. Shout out Fat Joe. Honestly, this all started because we saw Fat Joe at the DraftKings party. So, lean back. I see Plunge in the chat. Shout out Plunge. Let's do a little content refresh. What we got coming up the rest of the week. Also, not enough people freaking out about the DraftKings thing. There should be more excitement in the chat. They're just giving us $1,000 to give out to you fools. All right. The rest of the week, what do we got? If you missed Shot Tank last night, check that out. That was on actually Jeb Bush's channel. However, if you subscribe to the podcast feed, go ahead and you can listen to it on our podcast feed. I just uploaded the audio this morning. I was not there, but the boys talked about the playoffs and how that affects things like So Rare and Underdog, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So go check that out. Today, we should have some value hunting a little later this afternoon. We get the 89 Cavs at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is pretty exciting. So check that out. And then tomorrow, the morning show will be back. Our friend Plunge in the chat right now is going to be coming on tomorrow at 3 o'clock to talk some television, which I feel like we got to get Sean. We got to get Sean on because he just like out of pocket, just tweeting some crazy shit about The Last of Us. So we're going to talk about that and some more TV. And then Live Before Lock is at 5:30. So that's pretty cool. Can't use DraftKings. Dude, VPN it, Stan. VPN it. All right. Let's wait. Did Boston Base help Sneeps get to the game? That's great. Sneeps, you went to the game last night? That's dope. If I win the DK request to have the 1K DK dollars in crown, can I? Dude, shout out the crowns, baby. Get them crowns. Let's talk a little bit hoops last night, huh? Also, real quick, because I don't think we'll have too much time to talk like Top Shot or So Rare today. The Top Shot streets are wild. Shout out to anybody. I mean, the MGLE situation, I was alerted of that while I was doing an Underdog stream yesterday. Let's see. Is Jokic still going? My computer's like tweaking a little bit this morning. Is that Jokic MGLE still going for like 4K? And I saw Cute Nick buying every single Paolo he could find on the market. Upwards of $400. Top Shot is back. I don't know if it's sustainable, but baby, it is back. I love that. So I'll pull up the screen here in a second. Let's God, what is going on? The computer's having a seizure. All right, let's go over here before we dive into the basketball. Talking basket. Right before bed last night, I saw I was scrolling on the Tiki-Taki and I saw basketball, gimme the basketball and I have had that stuck in my head for the rest of the night and into the morning. All right, the Nikola Jokic Series 4 MGLE. All right, so back down to 275 after its meteoric rise to 4K. Let's look at Paolo though. Paolo Banchero. So that's up to 479. This is what I was seeing. If you go to recent, shout out JBB sent me this morning. If you go to recent buys, sales history. So there you go. Look at Cute Nick. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. So the serial number 2 went for $949. What a sale, baby. What a sale. All right. That's it. I just want to talk about that. I thought that was fun. That I like the chaos. Give me the chaos. Give me the chaos and free myself. All right. Like the stream, subscribe to Team Hold. Let's get into basketball last night. So we had 2 mega injuries, both awaiting MRIs. Kevin Durant in pregame warmups His ankle bone touched the ground. It was bad. It looked like it was a, I don't know, wet floor people were talking about. We did a short about it and people were just like, dude, he needs to wear higher tops. I mean, like, I can't imagine that's it. Only because, he's got a pretty strong team around him. They've got trainers. I imagine if the shoes were a problem, someone would have been like, hey man, you need to do different shoes. But I do like the idea that somebody named like Kyle watched that short and was like, dude, if you just had high tops, everything would be fine. But it looks like, so he's having an MRI today. There was a report that came out, shout out Skeets for sharing it, from the Arizona Central, that said they fear it's a grade 2 sprain. And if that is the case, he'd miss 4 to 6 weeks, which essentially is the rest of the regular season, which is brutal. I mean, this is what everybody's talking about. Like, the Suns deal sounds nice as long as everybody's healthy. You can't predict injuries, though. So whatever. But brutal stuff happening. Hate to see it. Hopefully it's not that, though. Hopefully it's not. Maybe he just rolled it. It was a little scary. Like, that's a Devin Booker after the game. It's like, yeah, he just rolled it. He's probably fine. It's like, thank you, Dr. Book. Booker, though, let's just start with that game. I saw that go down. I saw they were playing OKC, and I was like, oh my God, is OKC going to get like a miracle W right here? And here's the thing. No. They won by 132 to 101, 31 point. The only person to, now granted, SGA didn't play, J-Dubs didn't play, or is it J-Will? It is J-Dubs, right? The good one. I mean, they're both good. Lindy Waters, the only guy we're talking about, hit 23 points. Lindy Waters had 23 points. Incredible stuff. And then what was it? Sorry, I think I missed something in the chat. Maybe I didn't. It didn't come through. Booker went for 44. So he feels fine with no, was it 44 or 40? I actually feel like I might have gotten that incorrect now. Whatever. CP3, 18 and 9. So no problem. No KD. You know what? I was looking at the schedule and with what's going on with Memphis right now, which we'll talk about because they play tonight. I was like, oh, maybe Phoenix catches them and that keeps the 4-5 matchup not as spicy, right? But right now, with not that many games left, we do have Golden State in the 5 seed and the Suns in the 4 seed. The Suns are 2 games behind the Grizzlies. Like, maybe the Grizzlies continue to free fall and they catch them. But man, there's a real shot where the Suns are playing the Warriors or the Clippers in the first round, which is crazy. Wait, Lindy Waters is a real person? Yeah. Guess who Lindy Waters had in his lineup for game week for 2 points and dropped him for this one? I do, Connell. I get it, man. I get it. Who else has 3 MVPs in a row apart from Bird? Is it Wilt? There's only 3 people, right? NBA 3 MVPs in a row. I'm pretty sure it's Wilt. Or is it Russell? Larry Bird, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell are the only 3 to ever do it. So there you go. And Larry, I think, was the only one. Yeah. No. Larry was the last one. So Larry, Wilt, and Billy Boy. Anyway, so that's that game. Let's get through the rest of those games. I'm seeing some comments on Ja. We'll do that in a little bit. Hawks beat the Wizards 122-120. Trey had 28-10. The Coos 25-10-6. Zanger had 43-5. And then Beal had 24-8. Coos went wild. In that game. He had a fun little spin move that he threw on him. Whatever. Good win for the Hawks. I mean, I don't take either of these teams very seriously. Celtics beat the Blazers. So the Celtics, this was their last home game before they go out west with a 6-game road trip. I'm pretty sure, though, it's like the Jazz, the Kings, the Wolves. Like, it's not the top tier guy, although the Kings are the 2 seeds. So let's give them some cred. So they needed that W. Dame dropped 27. He had 27-8. Jason Tatum had 30-7. And then Derek White had 21-7. So C's stopped the bleeding there. I mean, it was a Blazers W. I don't know how much credit you want to give yourself. Jaylen Brown had a pretty bad game, but this game was over before it started. So there you go. Were Lindy Waters 1 and 2 any good? It's a great question, Mike. The Cavs beat the Heat 104. Honey, 25-7 from Garland. Mitchell kind of had a weird game. Jimmy Bucks had 28-5. Tyler Hero 22-5. We'll do a hero drop just for the culture. Which reminded me, I still haven't seen that Eddie Murphy and You People. I haven't seen that movie yet. Stan, are you still in the chat? What is going on with Bam Adebayo, man? It is just disappointment after disappointment. It feels very inconsistent from him. Not even inconsistent. I feel like we haven't covered a game where he went for like 22 and 12 in forever. What is going on? That was a tough L for the Heat to be in at that. But again, the Heat either win by 3 or lose by 3. Like, that's it. Lindy Waters is totally a character from a Christopher Guest movie. That's pretty good. I like that, Maddie. Pels beat the Mavs, so Luka got hurt in this one. This was the other injury. He had a thigh injury, went out I think he played like 25 minutes, so end of the second quarter, I think he went out. And then didn't return. He said he feels not good. That was the quote from him after the game. That's bad. Bad news for the Mavericks, who lost to the Pelicans, and the Pelicans like go out of their way to lose. I was listening to the Ringer NBA pod, and I think they said they started out 25 and 17, something like that, and since then have been 5 and 17. They're probably now 6 and 17. The news yesterday is Zion's not anywhere near close to returning. That sucks. Just bad. Yeah. Ja, KD, Luka, Zion, LeBron, all out. West is officially nuts. It really is. The West is bonkers. I love how you put in no effort in that hero clip, Mike. What do you mean? With my look away? How dare you? That was incredible acting by me, first and foremost, all right? I had to pretend like I saw a fucking human being flying by, all right? And I did what I was told, all right? I didn't write that bit. I was directed. I was directed by G Dunn. He told me what to do. Unbelievable. Top shot, hot shot. Pels won 113-106. Kyrie dropped 27 and 6. And then CJ had a pretty good game, 32-5 and 5. But yeah, that's bad news. Hopefully it's not a serious injury. Hopefully it's not a serious injury. Play the whole clip. I already did some meat. You know what? Oh, there's a lot of chatter from the chat. So let me just remind the people. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. That's right. That's right. All right, good stuff. Let's keep going. Well, hopefully the Luka injury is not serious for both the Mavericks and for my underdog bags. Bulls beat the Nugs 117-96. This was a weird one. Bulls got this game out of hand. The Nuggets side of things, like really bad performances from almost everybody except for Jokic and Gordon. Jokic went 18, 12, and 8. The Gordon 17 and 9. Patty Williams. We got a Patrick Williams signing off the bench, dropped 18 and 4. Zachary Levine had 29 and 5, and then Vucci Man with the 25 and 15. Vucci, who's been like kind of out of pocket a little bit the last couple of games, like not really playing great, but now came back. Sorry, Samit. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you'll get it later, but I have to be the one to decide. I have to be the one to decide. Top shot, hot shot. I don't know if you tuned in the other day, but someone came at me for my hair. They said I had a 5 head. They called me a descendant of Rihanna, which, you know, would love to have those genes. Would love to have those genes. Would like to see all of Mike's team hold drop performances put in a very earnest sizzle reel. That's good. That is good, man. I haven't heard the phrasing sizzle reel in such a long time. That's when I used to act. All right, Suns beat OKC. We already did that game. Clippers beat the Raptors. This is the last game of the night. Clips won 108-100. If you guys haven't seen Fred VanVleet talk after the game, first and foremost, put headphones in. It is not safe for work. The best thing about it is Fred VanVleet very, very casually at the beginning says, you know what? I don't mind taking a fine. And then dropped F-bomb after F-bomb, calling the referee by name. I mean, it was incredible stuff. And shout out Fred, too, because, like, if you listen to the whole clip, he was like, that's not why we lost. But no one's basically said, that's not why we lost. We didn't lose because of this tech. But he made it personal. And he was like, look at how many texts I've gotten this year, and look how many, I believe it was Ben Taylor, gave him. So I love Fred VanVleet. That was a frustrating game for Toronto. I'll be honest, I fell asleep halfway through the third, and then went and watched the rest of it this morning. It seemed like they had that was a winnable game for them. But good W for the Clips. Clips are desperate for dubs right now. So good win for them. Let's actually let's take a look at some of the standings here. We'll start with the East, but I'm more fascinated by the West here. Shiggin says, oh, oops, I zoomed in on the wrong thing. Feels like Fred's having a tough year. Something might be going on with him. Yeah, he's been a little bit better as of late after the baby. I feel like he's been playing a little bit better, but you're right. It has been a weird year for him. Contract years. They mess with your brain. So the Celtics W, they're 2 games back. One interesting note about the Celtics and Bucks have one more matchup in Milwaukee. The Celtics have like a cakewalk of not a cakewalk, but a much easier schedule than the Bucks the rest of the way. And that 1 seed's so important. So it'll be fascinating to see how this plays out. I mean, the Bucks definitely have the advantage. I think the Bucks are the better team right now. But anyways, then you got a 2-game gap between the Celtics and the Sixers, who Sixers playing hot, man, with 3 in a row, 7 of their last 10. Cavs behind them, 2.5. I mean, I think this is how it's going to go, like best in show. Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Cavs. And then you got the Knicks and the Nets. Nets still hanging around. They have a 3-game lead between the Heat. I'm curious, like, if they can hold on to it, because that would be fun. It would be fun to see the Nets still make the playoffs. I don't think they can. If they fall into the play-in game, I don't see them making it out. But I don't know. I like it. And then you get the Heat right there. Hawks 1.5 games behind the Heat as they picked up a game last night. Then Raps in the 9 seed. 1.5 games behind the Hawks and the Wizards right there. But let's go over to the West side. What else we got? He's low-key kind of old at 29 too. Yeah. Someone's going to pay him, though. Someone's going to pay him. I like Fred. I like rooting for Fred. He can't be like your, I mean, he's not their best guy either, but he can't be your main man. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, though. If he walks, gets paid somewhere else. All right, here we go. West. So, like the beam. Like that beam. Also, shout out Skeets, who dropped like an aggressive like the mother beam yesterday. It was great. Nuggets have a 7-game lead even after losing last night. And then you get the Kings and the Grizzlies right here. So let's talk Grizz for a second. Grizz now officially in the 3 seed. They play tonight against the Warriors, I believe. So the report came out yesterday that Ja is set to miss at least 4 more games. Again, not labeled as a suspension. The whole thing's pretty fascinating. I read House of Strauss. I know we've given out a bunch of those subscriptions over the last couple of months. Ethan Strauss, who's got a great Substack that's paywalled. He did a free article yesterday. I actually tweeted it out that talks about like Ja, the relationship of the NBA with American players, and like why Ja is so important, and the handling both by like the media and everyone else around the situation is pretty interesting. Worth a read, whether you agree or disagree with it. I thought it was like, it just colored the situation a little bit different for me. And it was good to get a different perspective than like the same perspective we've seen from everyone saying like, I hope he gets help. Like, of course, everybody wants him to get help and to be healthy. But this perspective was a little bit different. So anyways, I recommend reading it. But I do think and I talked a little bit about this yesterday, if you tuned into the Best Ball stream, the one weird thing that's been happening is a lot of guys like Waz last night in group chat for the Ringer NBA show. Mark Spears in the ESPN Hoop Collective podcast. There's been a lot of like, I know something that I can't say, whether it hasn't been vetted yet or whether it's not worth saying. It's been just very bizarre how people have been talking about it, almost being like, yeah, this shit is real serious, but I can't tell you why. So that makes me think this could be a longer, like season-long type thing. However, for them to come out yesterday and just say 4 more games, I mean, I think there's a real possibility where he just plays the 5th game, right? I don't know. Like, if you guys had to place odds, do you think he's back in 5 to 6 games, or do you think he's done for the regular season, or like done for the entire season? The conversation around it is pretty fascinating, though. I just like, I'm so curious why. Like, why even tease that there might be something else going on without actually saying it? I mean, I guess you're not trying to burn sources, or if it hasn't been, I don't know. It's just like the dialogue around it is so interesting. We'll see. I mean, the Grizzlies obviously need Ja Morant. Like, remember everybody last year where they're like, dude, I don't know if you saw it. Now, I don't think I don't think there's gonna be a 30 to 50 game suspension. I don't think we're gonna see that. I don't think we're gonna see that. I think he's still. Why? Where's everybody? Did everybody read that one tweet that was like a gun is an automatic 50 game? I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. Especially after Colorado dropped those things. Like there was nothing they could prove. Basically, is what they said. 50 would feel pretty harsh. And again, I really recommend reading the Ethan Strauss thing. He basically just is like Adam Silver is too player friendly. He's not going to do anything about it. They need like an American face of the league, and it's Ja. And like Nike's, yeah, all right. We'll see. Giron was like the Grizzlies are actually better without Ja. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We've got what did they lost to the Lakers the other night? They get the Warriors tonight. I just don't see it. I think they're in trouble though. Let's go back over here. They've got so the Grizzlies right now in the 3 seed. They've got a 2-game gap between the Suns. I mean, now with that KD injury, I mean, who knows? Now I think the Suns schedule is pretty cakey, right? We had looked at that recently. I think they've got like another one. Where is it? Here we go. So they got I take that back. So Kings, Golden State, Milwaukee, their next 3. Then Orlando, OKC, Lakers, Kings, Sixers, Utah, Minnesota, Denver. Yes. All right. So I think that's going to be hard for them to catch. If KD misses this much time, I think that's going to be hard for the Suns to track down the Grizz. Unless the Grizz just go free for all, right? If they just like lose a shit ton of games, that might be it. That might be it. But the Kings, I'm comfortable saying, like that beam, they're going to be the 2 seed. I think I tweeted that out like last week, but I think that's happening. I think that's happening, babies. Golden State and the Clippers right now, percentage points tied. The Warriors have an advantage in the loss column, but for the 5-6 seed, Wolves half game behind them, Mavs half game behind them. But now if Luka misses, like, okay, ready? You want to top shot common man, block your ears. If Luka's missing a few weeks, there's a real chance the Mavericks don't make the play-in game. Seriously, right? Like that's how close it is, because you have the Lakers and the Pelicans who are still somewhat breathing down their neck. Then OKC and Portland, like Jazz to me are the only team that are going to go out of their way to get L's. But I mean, the Lakers probably can catch them. I mean, I guess maybe OKC can't if they're going to continue to rest guys. So maybe Dallas is fine. But I mean, like the Thunder only two losses behind them in the loss column. And let's look at their upcoming schedule. Like, I feel like there's if Luka's going to miss, like, I'll go back to that, what he said after the game. So they've got at least they got Memphis back to back, because Memphis seems to be bad. So Memphis, San Antonio, Lakers, Memphis, Golden State, Charlotte, Indy. All right. So maybe, I mean, that schedule is not too spicy. So maybe they can hang on. Maybe they can hang on and they'll be fine. OKC could drop, but Portland being there means they're not safe. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That schedule's pretty soft. Are the Nets really sitting everyone tonight, or are those guys actually hurt? I haven't seen the Nets report yet. All right. What else did I miss in the chat? The regular state of the Carmelo Anthony interview is a must watch. He went through. Oh yeah. I saw that getting reported a bunch yesterday about how the Carmelo thing was pretty much the same situation. But Stern was a different dude, man. Stern was a different dude. I don't think that's the same as what Adam Silver's shown nothing like that. He's got no like spice about that, you know. Have their pick. All right, what else we got here? What else did I miss in the chat? There's a world where the Lakers make the finals with everything that's going on in the West. Yeah, let's look at the Lakers. Let's look at the schedule for the Lakers real quick, just so we can see that. Not the schedule. I mean the standings. If we go back where we just were. So the Lakers right now, I mean, dude, the Lakers could absolutely get into the top 6, which is kind of nuts. They're only a game and a half out, and they're only 1 L behind the Clippers, right? When you look at that. They need LeBron back, though. I mean, AD is playing superhuman, and anytime that happens, he gets hurt almost immediately. So, but let's look at their upcoming schedule, because I remember it being kind of tough. So they got the Raps, the Knicks, Pels in Houston. Now Dallas potentially without Luka next week. We'll see how bad that situation is. Orlando, Phoenix, OKC, back-to-backs with the Chicago's. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Anytime you give anybody credit in the West, they rip off 3 L's or somebody gets hurt. Oh, I totally forgot about this. I was going to talk about this morning. Yeah, there was a crazy story, and there's even like video too of it. Sean Kemp, Sonic's legend, also like sex legend, I guess, with as many children as he's had. He he was involved in like a drive-by. He was like the shooter. Whatever. Silver only gave the Suns a 1 year slappy on the wrist. He's a pathetic puppet. There you go, Stan. Let's get feisty. Lakers #1 defenses to trades. Yeah, Lakers have been good, man. They've been even fun to watch. Austin Reeves just been like putting up 17 off the bench. All right, we're gonna transition. That was our hoop stuff. Let's do a couple of housekeeping things. If you haven't liked the stream and subscribed to the Team Hold channel yet, I wish nothing but ill will upon you. So go ahead and do that if you haven't done it. You can see all the links in the Discord to join the Discord, do all that stuff. Also, one more quick pluggy plug here. We're still in the midst of our Team Hold oversubscribe, right? So if you haven't checked that out yet, if you haven't even visited the site, again, that's the least you can do. If you don't want to give us any money and invest in the future, that's fine, but at least give the site some clicks. You know what I mean? So here we go. We are up to 41 investors. Let's do a refresh. See if anybody's frisky this morning. 42 investors. Let's go. So we have 51%, dude. That's more than half. We're officially on the downhill, which is really exciting. Very overwhelmed by all the support that we've had as we've continued to grow. If you have any questions, hit me up with that. Also, if you were just joining, just a reminder, we dropped a little DraftKings alpha this morning. So stay tuned for what that's going to look like. But we get a March Madness bracket that they've helped us organize, and they're putting up $1,000, winner take all for first place. We'll have a link that's going to be coming out later today. So get spicy about it. Garen says there's 57 college basketball games today. Good Lord. All right. Greg held me at gunpoint, and he said we have to talk about baseball this week. And if we don't, I swear to God. So we get a little baseball talk. I'm very excited. Been talking with our friend Eric for a little bit now about like they just launched a new show called The Weekly Walk Off, and we got the three bros that are going to be doing the Weekly Walk Off weekly about baseball. We've got Nate, who's talking candy. We've got Eric, Mr. Nifty himself, and then G Dunn, who Nate and Eric are taking this seriously. Okay, this is a show. I'm gonna look good. I got a big day. Greg, are you in bed right now?
If I could have dragged my bed behind me, I would have.
How are we doing, fellas? What's going on?
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having us, Mike.
Good morning.
Yeah. Thanks for getting up early. Nate, are you on the West Coast too, or are you?
I'm on the East Coast, so I got it easy compared to these guys.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, you do look the freshest. Like, you look like you've been up doing stuff. Eric was like, I need to look good, but I'm still tired. And then Greg said, I don't care about any of this.
Listen, in my defense, I would have worn this on a 6 p.m. Top Shot Take show too. So I can't change the brand.
I think I might be making my YouTube debut no hat.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I saw that in the chat. 3DH was like, holy shit.
Oh, there we go. 3DH. What's going on?
Eric,
what's going on in the chats? Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Dude, well, congrats, guys. I know you, Eric, we talked about this a little bit, and you've been working on this idea and this launch for a little bit now. Tell us a little bit. What's the Weekly Walk Off? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're excited to get the baseball community together this year. You know, I think through the NFT space, we've been, small but mighty. I think a good place to call home for the baseball fans and the NFT community is kind of what we're aiming for here. It's called the Weekly Walk Off. It's going to be, a digestible once a week type of show. Could go over the structure of that, but I don't know if everyone's seen the video that Nate made. It's just a quick little teaser video. We're going to be talking baseball, the weekly slate from the past week, upcoming week, doing a little bit of NFTs, sports betting, cooking up some underdog prize picks, doing some fantasy baseball, all that good stuff. I don't know. It might sound familiar, but I know we're on the NBA bit here, but yeah, that's kind of what we're aiming for, man. I told you this, but I really like what you guys have been doing with this Team Hold community here over the past couple of years. And baseball just, is something that Nate, Greg, and I all have a deep passion for, and we're excited to really get it going this year with some fun things, because there are a lot of things to be excited about in the MLB.
Yeah. This is awesome. Oh, it's awesome. And Greg, you must be just like thrilled to talk about baseball. Like the fact that you've been trying and to no avail. So I'm glad this is happening for you.
I've been trying to force it on this show for
That's what I'm saying.
What, 2 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, I got to talk to both these guys at length over the past couple of weeks, and it's awesome. It's I mean, both of these guys have been building their own things on the side and really diving deep into the world of MLB, into the world of candy, so rare, all of that. It's all happening. So the fact that the minds have come together means that we have something special, which we're excited about. And I want to also make sure we introduce Nate, who is coming from Talking Candy, which, I mean, let's talk candy, baby, because that's what I've been trying to push on the show for a long time. But Nate, go ahead, because I think a lot of people in our community probably have seen you and seen you pop up in your Talking Candy streams.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, created Talking Candy about a year ago, day after Candy launched their marketplace, and have just been tracking it real closely ever since. Did a podcast, about 30 episodes last year, and I've just paid very close attention to all the drops, the things that have gone right, the things that have gone wrong, and enjoy the product, have been frustrated by the product, everything in between, as we all have. So it's been a lot of fun along the way, and looking forward to hitting baseball from all angles with you guys and figuring out which NFT projects ultimately went out in this space, because something will win, whether it's candy, so rare, or something we haven't heard of yet. There's an opportunity here.
Yeah, it's not going to be waxed. I feel comfortable saying it's not going to be waxed. I actually saw the timing of this is pretty cool. I saw the First Mint's newsletter today, which I thought their take was a little interesting. I don't know if I totally agree with it, but he was just saying that baseball needs NFTs more than any other sport because it's dying. And I was like, or like the interest is waning. And I kind of thought it was funny that it was like, dude, baseball will be saved as long as we have NFTs. Like, I don't know if that correlation is there. But I am would love to talk a little bit about what you guys think Candy's going to do in this new year, right? Because this last season was its inaugural, full season, right? We had the year before, which it launched midway through the season, right? Really closer to the playoffs. So what are you guys looking forward to with the upcoming season?
I'll let Nate take that one away. I have some general thoughts. I did listen to that the First Mint podcast yesterday too, so I have some general thoughts on that. Love those guys over at First Mint. Thought it was a little bit harsh, but Nate, go ahead. What do we got in store for Candy this year?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the baseball portion of that podcast as well, and Mike, I read that article this morning. So harsh takes, but most of it I agree with. In some way, shape, or form. The bottom line is that, throughout the 2022 season, we saw a variety of different drops, and the leadoff series was the big one, and it was hit with a heavy oversupply. But we didn't go the year without some well-supplied drops and seeing what that can look like if it goes well. So what I'm looking forward to this year is that, the big headline this offseason was that Fanatics divested, and that looked pretty rough on the surface, but it seems like there's been a refocus in the vision of what Candy's going to be. And we heard a lot of the phrase Web 2.5 last year. And I think with Consensus being brought in and having Galaxy Digital be at the helm now, I think we're going to move into a Web 3 company more than a Web 2.5. And so to me, I feel like that's the vision that needs to be there in order to have this be successful. And that's going to come with, there's a lot of challenges and rewards being teased. Those are roundtables that are happening right now. And I think that there's a lot of upside here. I think there's potential for them to go back to their roots and appeal to the relatively small user base that they have, and then grow from there with a quality product and minting to the audience that they know they have now that we're kind of hitting that reset.
Greg, I feel like this is a good, I like that Nate brought that up, because I remember when Fanatics divested, I thought you were just mainlining Hopium when you were like, this is actually good. This is finally, dude. Finally, that's what was holding us back. So now that it's some time has passed, what do you think that difference is? As Nate was talking about the Web 2.5 versus Web 3, what does that actually look like moving forward? And why does that speak to you in a positive?
Yeah, I mean it. Net, it's probably a negative. Let's be honest, just because I think the biggest bummer from the vision that I've been bubbling in my head, which I have no real evidence for, but the the loss of Fanatics is the loss of the physical touch point. So like
Right.
gone are the dreams of getting a pack of Topps baseball cards and getting an insert that says download your free candy NFT. That's gone. And that sucks because that's the easiest and quickest way to reach baseball consumers, right? But what we have to hope here is that by removing Fanatics, it breaks down a wall of approvals and a wall of just more people at the table who may not have candy as the first and foremost priority of the company. Knowing that Fanatics is so in bed with physical and the biggest physical company in the world, they obviously had other goals. So my hopium was just that the wall has been knocked down, and now they can start experimenting and doing things that Fanatics might say, yeah, no, not yet. Like we have this other thing we're focusing on, and now Candy can kind of run with it and do their thing and try things. And even if they don't work, at least they're innovating. Mm-hmm. Again, no proof that can happen.
No, but you're right.
But
you're
that's
right,
the
though.
dream.
Now like what's like that the governor's off now. Like they can go do some shit. And so that is good. Eric, I know you were
last thing on Candy, I think it all comes down to March 15th. There's going to be a Twitter Spaces. They've been teasing in the Discord that something fun is coming.
The Ides of March, baby. It always comes back to the Ides of March. Everything's on the 15th. Yes. Top Shot said the Ides stuff. It's good. I like it.
Really setting us up for success there.
I know. No, that's great though. So there's a big Spaces on the 15th with the Candy team.
Yeah, just to talk about the season ahead, which I guess is technically season 3, right? It's the third MLB season that they're a part of things. So, but anyway, a little slice of what you'll get on the weekly walk-off Candy talk, in addition to Eric, a whole lot more.
I know you said you had like some general thoughts that you wanted to hit too about baseball. Go for it.
No, I think these guys brought up really good points too. I think in general, like I said, the community has been small but mighty. I think making sure that the community that's there is taken care of and happy and doesn't feel like they're spinning their wheels, wasting their money, like is going to go a really long way. I think, just compared to basketball, when I'm taking a look at something like So Rare coming in, I think it provides a lot of opportunity to build some new fans. Like I've already been seeing a ton of basketball fans, people out from Europe commenting on YouTube videos saying that they haven't followed baseball for a while. So Rare might be the opportunity to do that and get some DFS style of lineups in. And we've seen a ton of growth within the first season of So Rare NBA and some new fans brought in. I think it's gonna be the same for baseball. I was charting out the baseball numbers from last year, and I think the free games were hovering right around the 30,000 mark. So really a third or less of what we really saw at the peak of So Rare NBA. The paid limited competitions were around the 3,000 mark. So again, like a third, a little bit less of what we saw in So Rare NBA. So I think there's a ton of opportunity. And I know, I think one of the most valid points that, the First Mint made was that they're kind of asleep at the wheel. We got the World Baseball Classic going on right now. We got spring training going on right now, which is a little bit disappointing, but I had a little bit of a sense that they weren't going to be quite ready for that. As fast as the So Rare team has grown, all the changes going on with Fanatics and that stuff over the summer. It's a long season. Hopefully what they're doing right now is just making sure that the product is ready, that they have their ducks in a row, so that the season can be just a really good, user experience for all of us. So I have high hopes.
Yeah, one thing I would say too about So Rare seems to be pretty. I mean, maybe people disagree, but methodical with their decision making, and so I actually like that they have. I wish we would have seen some announcements about what's coming, right? It would be nice if we're holy crap, the new season's starting, spring training's around the corner. Let's start, slowly auctioning off the new year stuff. But I am that does give me hope. I would have been more out if they were shit, the World Baseball Classic's here. Let's we'll drop a special mint here, and then everyone will do a game and we'll oversupply. I'd much rather have them have a blueprint and a plan for what they're doing. I totally agree though. It's a bummer when they don't capitalize on moments when people are talking about baseball. And if the World Baseball Classic is something that people are jacked up about, there should be something around that. For sure. But I'm curious to see what it looks like, because I agree with you, Eric. We saw, I know there's people in the chat who watch this show now who were introduced to us because they played So Rare football. And then when So Rare NBA came out, they were just like looking for So Rare NBA content. And they're like, oh yeah, there's a free game. I like So Rare football. I'll dabble with NBA. And I think we'll see a lot of that go to baseball. We'll also see a lot of like you were saying, the basketball head over to baseball as well. And I also think there's something about starting at the beginning of the season versus mid-year, which is what they did last year. I think it's hard to generate hype, especially like, I mean, you sickos are probably still excited about baseball on August 1st, but it's like, April and May, I'm like, let's go. And then September and October, I'm like, let's go. But it's really hard for me in June, July, and August. And if that is when they launched the product, it's like, you got to capitalize on like the higher moments of the season, I think.
For sure. And last year, I mean, because it was mid-season too, it's, like I don't know if anybody is familiar with like the very beginnings of So Rare MLB last year, but the gameplay wasn't quite what it is for NBA. And, the NBA license was huge for them. I thought they rolled that out really nicely, and they just really didn't have the opportunity to roll out MLB like they did for the NBA. I think it was more so like, let's throw this thing out there and figure out how it goes. I think that, I mean, on both the Candy side and the So Rare MLB side, I would hope that, like putting out all the marketing, putting out all the big headlines and the influencers and stuff like that, letting those people go to work without being ready for a product is something that they were kind of cautioning. They really wanted to be ready first so that it didn't explode if they had a bunch of eyes going in there. It wasn't a good look. So I'm hopeful. It's going to be exciting. It's a long season. That's all we got in the summer, baby. Baseball all summer long.
I also know, like, one other thing on So Rare too, and I hope it's okay that I'm sharing this, but we'll find out. They're very good at being, and to Top Shot's credit too, they do it all the time too to make sure people are at games. I think we're going to see a lot of like So Rare MLB users at stadiums this year, which is exciting. Like that's the best part. So hopefully I didn't just ruin something or create false hope, but that through my conversations, they've been pretty adamant about like, oh yeah, we will have tickets for stuff. So hopefully
we're going to get you. We already found out we can hook you up with 2 tickets to an August game in Detroit, Mike. You down? Detroit Tigers versus Kansas City Royals. You're there.
Can't wait, dude. I actually would like to go see the Tigers because it is nice to just know that there's something worse than Boston right now. And going to Detroit would feel that way. They have no hope, but they have an excuse because they have no money. Where Boston has money and we're just like, we don't care about baseball. I can't talk about the Red Sox right now. I don't want to get mad. I'm in a really good mood. I'm feeling good.
Well, listen, our boy Nate here, Sox fan, baby.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Die hard.
Well, dude, I'm sorry because it's a real freaking bummer right now.
You're telling me, man.
But hey, which teams are undefeated in the spring training right now?
Yeah, kill me.
That always means World Series winners in my book.
Yeah, I do not care about that. It's like oh wait, sorry, I just got a random message that threw me off. The Boston, real quick rant on this because it sounds like I don't like baseball, right? That we talk about basketball here all the time. I love baseball, and I was watching every single Red Sox game, like every single one. We're doing DFS. They straight up ruined my fandom. They got rid of Mookie Betts. I lost my mind, and then I slowly got over it. But then they started planting the seeds for losing the rest of the young core, and I'm like, I can't like that. Like I would rather, which is like sacrilegious, but I would rather follow the Blue Jays right now than anybody. Yeah, Devers is good, and that's about it. And they almost screwed Devers.
Mayer's the future.
Who?
Marcelo Mayer.
Marcelo Mayer.
Almost a Mayer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's still a year, at least 2 years away, right?
The future is winning World Series for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Mookie Betts.
Yeah. Yep. Or Team USA. Greatest lineup ever assembled. We'll see it in action on Saturday.
That's right. Come follow the Brewers, says Snoopaloop. You could talk me to the Brewers. Didn't Lorenzo Cain retire yesterday? Did I read that?
He did.
Yeah.
He asked his kids. He said, do you want dad to keep playing or do you want dad to come home? And they're like, come home, which is a nice excuse for getting old.
Also, like, what if his kid said keep playing? You know what I mean? Like, dude, don't come home, Dad. Yikes. So but on So Rare a little bit, though, people were asking, are we going to get some So Rare MLB content? So before I say what we'll probably end up doing for the weekly walk off, is that like, or is it a hope like almost like not around the world, around the horn of like all of like baseball stuff? Like, well, you got like a little candy, a little So Rare. I know you mentioned like some underdog prize pick stuff. Like, what are you guys hoping for the structure with it?
That's the game plan. I mean, we want to, bring the community, the baseball community together and introduce them through candy, So Rare, as baseball fans. Like there's a ton that we can talk about. And I think one of the things that I skipped over is the time that we chose for the live stream podcast is an hour before Sunday night baseball on Sunday. So, I mean, Nate is the one that kind of put it like this, but like it's our Monday night football, for fantasy football. It's going into the final game of the entire week. We're sweating out our So Rare lineups. We're sweating out our fantasy weeks. Going to be a ton of fun. And then the first week alone, there's just so many good games. Phillies at the Rangers is the first one. Padres in Atlanta. The Rangers at the Astros. Mets at my Giants. Phillies, Astros. So just a ton of good baseball on Sunday night. Nationally televised game. Maybe some watch parties. Maybe some just. I know we're going to be making game day picks. Just a lot of fun stuff to cook up. I think last year I was able to kind of garner a little bit of a baseball audience outside of the NFT stuff, and there was really nowhere to go, So like, with this, hoping that we could just, talk baseball with a lot of people, as many people as possible. And of course, we'll be talking about candy. We'll be talking about So Rare, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I see Will's comment here said, did you guys hear that Steady Breaks is doing some candy breaks now? Yeah, they're actually they're coming on the show tomorrow. I think JP is going to be jumping on the show to talk a little bit about what they're doing. So it is cool to see, like, the more the merrier, right? I always say that with like a lot of this content stuff. Like, yeah, it's cool if you're the only one because that means everybody's come to you, but it's also just like better with more, like, what's the tides, boats, whatever the phrase is. It's like good. But speaking about So Rare too, because people have been asking if we're going to do some So Rare MLB stuff, and I'm sure Greg will pop around here and there. But what I imagine we do, and I haven't really like completely thought this through yet, but with the NBA season winding down, when like So Rare NBA winds down, that means that's like 2 slots of shows that open up from Live Before Lock. So I imagine what we'll do is slide in an MLB Live Before Lock type show. And then hopefully, like you guys, depending on your schedule, we'll have you come in and co-host and do some, if that's something you're into, but do stuff like that. Like, because what we do right now is on Mondays and Fridays at 5:30 for the NBA folk. They already know that, but and just kind of break down the slate, the injury news. I know injury news is a little bit more prevalent in NBA than it is in MLB, where it's like late scratches and stuff like that. Yeah. But and just kind of like preview the slate as we like lock our lineups in. We usually do it like an hour or so. Because did you guys play So Rare MLB last year at all?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Is that the same? The same schedule, right? Is it the same like Monday lock for like the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Exactly. Yeah. Same schedule, different gameplay. I mean, at least as of now, I mean, I assume nothing's going to change with that, but it's cumulative scoring too. So it's like, you don't have to worry about taking the best game week, you add them all up. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly hope they like have another contest that is not that. I kind of like the idea. Like if you're like, oh, well, the Braves play 4 games. So just lock in all the Braves guys. Although I guess normally when a team has 4 games, somebody sits. Like if it's a 4-game series, somebody usually sits. Like if it's catchers a day game usually. After a night game, catchers for sure. Yeah. Afternoon games in baseball though, so different lock times. Yeah, that's true too. But usually
we talked about this, Mike, right? Yeah. Usually it's weekends, right? Weekends only.
Yeah, you usually don't have like a Monday day game or a Friday day game unless it's like the Sox do it for Marathon Monday, Patriots Day, kid.
Doubleheader.
Doubleheaders,
marathons.
But yeah, we'll definitely figure something out like that. A style of show like that, because I sure getting those 2.5 hours back, I'll be like, well, I got to do something. We got to keep the camera on, The Cubs do it all the time. All right, everybody, get mad. Show me all the Cubs Monday day games. Show them to me, because I'm the sicko playing the afternoon slates on DraftKings. So I'm gonna tell you. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You see the majority of those day games. Show me the sketch. Anyways, good to get mad. Hi, Terry. Thanks for being here, man. Sorry for yelling. I don't know. Anything else we need to hit before? There we go. Good work by you, Greg, putting that banner.
That's right. I'm getting the groove back being on StreamYard.
Do you guys already have, it's on your YouTube channel, correct, Eric?
It is, yeah. Nifty Sports YouTube. It'll be there every Sunday.
Just gonna add that to the banner.
Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. So I don't know if your guys on here like giveaways or not, but we could do some of those for the chat if you want. But
let's we can do that. Let me fire up a giveaway, and I just pinned the channel in the comments right now, so everybody go take a second and go subscribe over there. Just be a good person and go do it. Let's pump those numbers, baby. All right, we'll do. All right, so you have to like the stream. You have to subscribe to Team Hold and subscribe to Nifty Sports, and then go ahead and put hashtag weekly walk off into the chat. People are saying we're going to give away some wooden coins.
Oh, you know what? I'll give away a wooden coin, baby. I got plenty.
That's too funny. All right, what kind of giveaway are we doing? I guess a wooden coin. Is there anything else we're throwing in there?
Yeah, we selected a couple of So Rare limited cards from last year. Some nice ones, if I must say. So one representing the Boston Red Sox for Nate and Greg. We got an Alex Verdugo going out. And then my San Francisco Giants, we got Logan Webby.
Week off. Shit, sorry, guys.
Weekly week off.
You're going to put hashtag weekly week off into the chat. It's too late.
At least you didn't put weekly whack off.
That's true. That is what I thought of. Yeah, I actually wish I did do that. Yeah. Although, wow, tough. I was too busy eating my L after Terry immediately. Where's Terry's chat? Did he delete it already? Terry, where's the chat? Terry was like, oh, there it is. Monday, May 29th. Suck it, Carrion.
Terry, let's go, Terry.
Shout out Terry. I hope Terry is just like scrubbing the schedule right now, too.
I hope Terry comes into our chat.
He should. Terry better. Weekly week off. God, that's embarrassing. Sorry, guys. Yeah, throw back to hashtag hard on James Harden.
Daily whack off. There we go.
Oh, is this a giveaway? Hashtag hard on?
Yeah, that was from a while ago when James Harden did something and I just put hashtag hard on. That at least was intentional. I did that on purpose. Right. When is the first show this week?
First show's this week. Yep. First show's this week, the 12th. We'll talk World Baseball Classic. Greg is out of town this week, so he's joining us on the 19th. But there's 3 weeks until baseball season starts and just a lot to get through. We'll do some season-long predictions. I mean, just have some fun with the World Baseball Classic. The first episode's going to be right after like the marathon day. Tons of baseball games on Saturday for World Baseball Classic. And then the next one will be right the day before the World Baseball Classic final. So lots to talk about there. I mean, there's so many good storylines coming up this year. I mean, the offseason was insane. Judge is following up his season. Julio and Adley are sophomore seasons. Like, it's going to be so much fun. So a lot to get through. But yeah, first one's this Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, who has the rights for the World Baseball Classic? Where's that being broadcast?
Boston FS1, yeah.
Okay, cool. There was also, Gavin was saying, what happens to all the So Rare cards for the NBA season after it's over, assuming it's similar to the MLB. Greg, I like that you like leaned up so you could be seen over.
I got called out. Look, I got called out.
Who called you out? Oh, there we go.
There. Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Here I am.
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing. So right now, we'll do limited cards, right? The limited cards get a 5% boost while you're in season. And that's why we always say, like, make sure if you're not playing them in a lineup, make sure you put them into a training lineup because it accrues some XP. Because at the end of the season, it will lose that 5% boost. And then the year 2 cards, when they are minted and auctioned off, they will have that 5% boost. However, if you put it in training the whole time and continue to play it, the boost kind of cancels itself out. So it kind of incentivizes you to hold on to your cards a little bit more and play them to garner that XP up. So that's what will happen. I know they did something similar with MLB. I know there was a little bit of chaos with MLB because people were like, oh, they minted them halfway through the season. So that means we'll have the 5% boost throughout the first half of the MLB season this year, which, I mean, I get why people were mad about that. I thought that was dumb. I was like, it's a new year. Of course, it's not going to be the same thing. But there you go.
I was looking in the chats. Weisberg was saying, I was disappointed about Arson Judge. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, we had him. We had him for a second. Arson, baby. I'll never forget it.
That dude was just swallowing L's that week because he had it was the arson judge. It was arson judge, and then it just ended up being wrong anyways, too. So, like, not only did he get dunked on forever for that, I think he also had something with the Carlos Correa saga as well. Like, that poor reporter just had a couple of tough days.
Don't go easy on that guy. Heyman was on fire that week, though.
Oh, man. All right, cool. Let's we got 29 entrants. Like the stream, subscribe, # weekly week off. And then make sure you subscribe over to Nifty. We got to get Nifty up. Let's go. We need a lot of, we did. You've at least gotten 10 subs so far. And by that, I mean, you might have gone up 1, but I just saw the number change. So it was like a 9 to a 0. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Yeah. So that's great. We'll spin this thing here. Okay. What are we giving away again? Sorry. I realized I said weekly week off when I asked what we were giving away.
Verdugo and Logan Webb, limited cards, so rare.
Woo!
Love the gifting. That's fun, man. Just gifting.
That's
gifting
great
stuff. I can't wait till hopefully Candy has something like that soon, so we can do some gifting on that. That'd be awesome to be able to transfer. But we're gifting out some Logan Webb. Need a nice ace for the collection.
There you go. Was Verdugo just to piss me off?
Yes.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yes. We thought about Jaron Duran, but
God, the fastest man who'll never play baseball again. That dude sucks. I'm just so tilted about that team. I remember they're like, dude, thank God we got Verdugo back. Verdugo's pretty good. I'm like, yeah.
At this stage, it's what it was a Verdugo for Mookie Betts clean trade. Since we got rid of Jeter Downs, that's what it's become.
Yeah, I do like Bobby though. Is Bobby still on the team? Bobby Jawback?
Yeah.
I do love Bobby. I like a guy who can hit like 140, but also hit 20 bombs. I played him like every single slate on DraftKings because it's like, dude, he's 2,500 or whatever the hell it was. So tilting. All right, here we go. We're gonna spin this thing. So we're spinning it 3 times because Greg, you are giving away a wooden coin.
Oh hell yeah.
Should we do Logan Webb first, Verdugo second, wooden coin third?
Let's do it. Sounds good to me. Good.
I guess you shoot me. Actually, shoot Eric a DM. Shoot Eric a DM if you win this thing, and he can organize. If you don't, and you DM me, it's fine too. Whatever. All right, here we go. First one. What we got here? A lot of familiar faces. Weisberg.
There we go.
Weisberg taking home Logan Webb. Logan Webb, is he with the Giants?
He is.
There you go.
It's going to be a bright spot.
There you go.
We got it in us.
He lives in the Bay Area, so there you go, Weisberg. I know you don't like them, but you live in the Bay Area. All right, here we go. This is for Verdugo, so this is a cursed card giveaway here. I hope this goes to a Yankees fan just because it feels like a W. Snoopaloop. The Brew Crew boys. Snoopaloop, Milwaukee's finest. There we go. And here's the wooden coin. This is the real gem here. This actually, like, you lose money by winning this, I think.
Yeah. I also got to familiarize yourself what site it's on, how to
Wax,
send it.
baby.
Atomic Hub.
Sandra. Congrats, Sandra. There we go. Huge W. Wow. Weisberg says, fun fact, a season ticket holder for about a decade. Incredible stuff.
Oh.
Incredible stuff, Weisberg. What changed? No. All right. Let's I'm going to drop the link one more time to Nifty Sports. Sunday night at, what is it, 7 p.m. Eastern? You guys are back? 6 p.m. Eastern?
Yep, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. 1 hour prior to Sunday Night Baseball. So
there we go.
Come pregame with us.
Huge. Everybody check them out. Thank you guys for coming in today. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Taking the time, getting up early. Real quick, I'm just gonna end the show here instead of booting you and then doing a closeout because we've been going too long anyways. I'm dropping the link to oversubscribe one more time. Listen, let's just get us over there so I don't have to get us over the hump so I don't have to talk about it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to plug it. By you investing, you shut me up. You know what I mean? And if you have any questions about that, shoot me a DM. We'll be back. We got value hunting coming a little bit later this afternoon. And then 89 Cavs are back tonight at 7 o'clock. And then, Friday vibes. Friday, we're going to be good. So for Greg, for oh my god, this because Greg, we have the hold on, get this banner
hold on.
Get the banner off. I need to make sure we talk. I was forgetting what talking candy was. I was gonna say hitting candy. So for so early, Greg, for Nate from Talking Candy, Eric from Nifty Sports, thank you guys for coming on. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. We are out.